Alright, so here is a kind of soul Motown funk style track that I've put together. The bass has been recorded using a kind of old 70s style P bass, and this is what the track sounds like. So that kind of like old school sounding bass is ideal for this track, but I still want the bass to have a bit of life to it and a bit of character, which is where the P42 comes into play. So at the moment, the plugin is on the bass track. Let's just select that flat setting again. Okay, so no difference whether it's on or off at the moment, which is good. And where I'm going to start is I'm going to dial in a little bit of bottom end. So bring this up to about 100. Hopefully you can start to hear the bass start to get a bit more pillowy sounding with this low shelf frequency here. Actually, maybe round about 160, 170. It's quite nice. With it off. So the shelving EQ is essentially a broadband EQ where you say everything beneath that kind of 170 hertz is getting boosted a little bit. So you don't want to overdo it too much, although you can, because the other secret weapon within the P42 is the high pass filter. So that essentially everything beneath a certain frequency starts to get slowly trailed off. So it's kind of the opposite. So they can kind of work in tandem with each other. So if I really crank this bottom end a bit, and then I start to dial in the high pass filter, bringing that up to 50, it's still warm and punchy, but it's a bit more controlled as opposed to being flabby, which can really kill your master bus compression and the dynamics and levels of your track. So let's hear that in context now. Bass is a lot thicker sounding. Bypass, you just misses that bottom end. Sounding nicely. Alright, so we're getting there. So, but for me, the real star of the show with the P42 is this saturation control here, this drive. I like to think of it as like how much you're saturating this graphical transformer here in the middle. So let's hear the bass by itself again. So we've got the bass sounding nice and thick. Now I'm just going to drive it a bit more. So you can hear it definitely gets a lot warmer, so I can probably back off this low end. I can even dial up that high pass filter a bit more. The high pass filter and the low pass filters, they're really smooth. So this drive EQ here, the drive slider, is great for just giving something character. Polite. Cool. In context of the track. Level match it a little bit. Back off the low end boost just because it's so fat already. A little bit more. You know, and for me, in a track like this, that's kind of, it's already doing so much that it's kind of a one does everything. Like maybe now I would think about adding in some compression. Just bring up the Logic compressor. So I'm just making it a bit more punchy. Without the P42, with it, without the compressor or the P42, it's there, but it just misses a little bit of oomph. that's an example of the P42 on a kind of soul track. All right, next up, we're going to listen to it on a kind of disco funk setting.